Good morning. This is the Bipolar Sunrise, and I'm your host, Gary.
Wait, do we usually turn the light on?
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we
Cut.
Sorry, guys.
We'll edit this part out later.
Technical
Yeah.
difficulties.
Oh, wow.
Bipolar sunrise.
No wonder I went home with so many ugly chicks in the bar. That was extreme.
That was extreme.
So remember when you used to listen to Mr. Ballin? You used to listen to him ever?
Mr. Who?
Ballin?
John Ballin, you've listened to him with me.
Oh, okay.
The Faraway Doc, The Spiders. It's been a couple years ago. He has a podcast.
Well, he tells stories, just different kinds of stories, usually kind of crime
Strange,
stories
dark,
or-
mysterious.
Yeah, Strange, Dark, and Mysterious are a good one. Some of his stories are wild because you're listening and you're like, oh, this isn't, and then he keeps explaining and you're like, well, goddamn, maybe
It's fucking real.
it is real. He told this pretty cool story about a military. He was just
He is former military. I
Oh,
believe
is he?
he's I think he might be Navy, maybe Marine. Sorry, Mr. Ballin.
well, whatever. He told the story about a guy that was like, let's just say it was like a World War I or one of these, old wars before our time. And he was just like, that's what he wanted to do, was be in the military. And he wasn't the most spectacularly active or like athletic guy or extra smart. He just really wanted to be in there. And he goes into his first battle and like he gets shot several times, loses the majority of his platoon, crawls for miles with shot up legs and body, makes it out, and they get him to the hospital. They're like, all right, you're getting released from duty. And he's like, no, I'm not. Put me back in. And they're like, no, you're medically discharged. You've been shot several times. He somehow gets around all this, gets back out, and has a platoon, or maybe there was a couple platoons that had died in this battle zone that he was in, and he just gathered the remaining platoon troops, goes in, gets like his arm blown off. And this is the second battle he's in, essentially. Maybe there's more in between, and I don't remember, but he's lost an arm now, and he has part of his leg has been shattered. But again, he's the lone survivor of this thing. Crawls, gets captured by the French or something like that, and then he speaks French or something. So they're kind of having him around as a useful prisoner. The guy does something miraculous to escape, and I can't remember what it is out of these French prisoners, but goes back and they discharge him again. He's got no leg, or he's got no arm. His fucking leg's like
You're done, dude.
dangling on by a thread, and he's like, no, I'm not done. I'm still got fight in me. Goes back in, somehow gets through all this medical stuff, with missing an arm, and leads another battalion into like so many victories. They get captured again. He gets shot again. The guy's barely got any limbs and stuff by the end of this story. And
He's just a stump.
he has an arm left
Jesus.
that he drags a guy back to safety with for how long. He's dragging him on the ground with only one arm and all shot up. This guy shot up, saves his life. It's just a wild story, but he's got a lot of these, Mr. Ballin. So if you guys are looking for some good entertainment, Mr. Ballin, he's got a YouTube channel and probably other channels, but I was just thinking about him this morning. I heard that story the other day he was telling. He's really articulate.
I watch him every Tuesday pretty religiously.
Is that when he comes out with his new shit?
That's when so Mr. Ballin's got Mr. Ballin, which comes out every Monday. And then it's like 30, what I like about his stuff, it's 30, 45 minutes.
Mhm.
Well, then he's got the Mr. Ballin podcast, which sometimes are like around an hour. And what I like about him, he'll be talking about like, yeah, this guy was dealing drugs and got caught at the airport, and at the end you find it, and the guy did time in prison, got out of prison, didn't know what the fuck he was gonna do. And
Find out
then,
it was George Washington.
no, it was, it's kind of funny, and he does shit like that. Come to find out, it was Tim Allen. He didn't know what the hell to do after he's drug
really?
bust, and kind of was a funny guy, kind of smart ass, but learned to watch his mouth a lot when he was behind bars. Everybody thought he was kind of funny, and just kind of rolled with the comedy thing. Or there's one with Clint Eastwood, George Bush. I mean, there's all these celebrities he'll go in that like, holy fuck, that's what happened. And who's the guy that played and was it Taken?
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson, yeah.
Nope. Another guy that kind of looks like him. Fuck. Anyways, I can't remember his name right now. Harrison Ford. Sorry, I was way off.
He doesn't look like Liam Neeson.
No.
What?
Anyway, Harrison
I
Ford.
believe it's Harrison Ford. Does he have a real dry way he talks?
He sounds like Liam Neeson, kind of.
Okay, so that's where maybe I got that. Anyways, I don't know if you know this about Harrison Ford was actually a teacher. Well, I could be wrong with the name. I'm pretty sure it's Harrison Ford.
Yeah, we don't know who we're talking
But
about.
I'm pretty sure it is. But it was one of those deals where Harrison Ford tried getting into acting. Fucking his dry way he talked was just stupid. Like, you're never gonna make it in Hollywood. So he somehow got to talking with these people in Hollywood and decided he wanted to be a carpenter. Never picked up a hammer a day in his life. Well, he somehow weaseled in like to these guys, like, well, yeah, I'll pay you to put cabinets in my house or build this. And he's like, all right. And people are talking about like he's like Bob Vila, do it yourself book, trying to figure out how to build these cabinets. And he wasn't a very skilled carpenter, I'll tell you that. And things didn't work out. He decided he was going to be a teacher for a little bit, and then some kid back in the day, I can't remember if he pulled a knife on him, and he just beat the fuck out of this poor student.
Oh, he was a teacher, and they beat the kid up.
Yeah,
okay. All
beat
right,
the
that's
kid up.
I like the.
And then, of course, they decided he can't be a teacher anymore, and maybe that's when he went to doing
Anger issues.
woodwork and shit like that. I don't know if it's anger issues or just defending yourself against shitheads.
Is that when they decided when he beat the kid up at school?
Yeah, they no longer can spank kids at school
So
anymore.
that may have been when he beat the fuck out of that kid for pulling a knife on him. Then he went to doing woodwork and was kind of like doing this shit Hollywood didn't know how to fucking build a cabinet, but was trying to figure it out with these celebrities. And one day some guy was like, hey, you really need to come try out the audition for the set we're having.
There's a movie called Star Wars coming out.
Yeah.
So
Let me give you a whip.
he goes in with his dry demeanor and says something. They're like, hey, and he got the part. He's like, you're perfect for this part. And that's kind of how he got his start. He was like a teacher, carpenter, beat the fuck out of a kid. And then,
Stephen King was a teacher.
yeah.
Bet he never beat a kid up.
Bet he didn't either. He
So
just
he's
told
such
him
a-
bedtime stories and terrified him.
Yeah.
Traumatized him for life. I hate clowns.
Like, you got detention.
No! I want to hear your stories. Yeah, I bet it was something.
Pet Cemetery.
Right. You like fluff and cuddly animals? Boy, do I have a story for you.
Do you think that guy sleeps good at night?
So funny thing, he lives in Maine, and I remember like going to my cousin. I guess my relatives, which on the Armstrong side, which we found out years ago, I'm not really an Armstrong now.
Miller.
Yeah, but there's some Armstrong relatives that live like not too far from them in Maine. They're like neighbors.
Well, he got ran down one year. Somebody ran him down in their car and run him over when he was out like jogging or something. I
Yeah,
think.
walking the side of the road.
He fucking nailed him.
Probably my drunk cousin.
It might have been, yeah. Armstrong rules, and throws a bush light can at him after he hits him.
Sorry, Steve. Is that Skid Mark Steve from high school? Goes by Stephen King now.
He goes by Stephen King. Oh, I was telling this guy at work about this the other day. You guys know who Stephen Hawking is, right? You know he's got, look,
Jesus
you
Christ.
think it's kind of fucked up that I'm doing that right now, but wait till I end the story.
Well, I'm about to make it worse.
He has, so you know he's got the computer thing that generates everything he's gonna say.
Yeah.
Did used to. When he was a young guy, he had a fucking interpreter. So somebody get your phone out. Mine's obviously recording. Go to YouTube and type in Stephen Hawking's Stephen Hawking's with a translator. There's a guy, and Stephen Hawking goes, and this guy's like in the depths of the vast realm of our atmosphere, and starts describing all the shit that he just said. But Stephen Hawking's a scam, guys. Stephen Hawking's this whole time, he's not smart, he's not nothing. He's just some retard that's paraplegic.
Hey! We can't use that word.
What do
Mentally
you-
disabled, please.
No, this is specific.
Oh,
He's got it, all of it, and he's not functional at all. He makes noise
So
When
his
people are-
interpreter's real smart.
His interpreter's not interpreting anything. It's a scam.
I know, but
Stephen
he's
Hawking's-
smart.
No, he's not smart. He
No,
can't
but-
even function at all. He can't
No,
think.
his interpreter.
I'm assuming he's smart enough. Yeah, this is it. Because I can. You hear what he said? Hold on, because this guy can understand it. See?
Sounds like Chewbacca.
Well, he understands him. Nobody else can. Not his mom. Wouldn't you think his mom and dad would be up there? The people who have been around him since he was a fucking infant. They can understand what his squeaks and squirms mean. They don't understand what he's saying. Nobody does. He's not saying shit.
Anyways, I got a bad joke.
Well, hold on.
Oh, we're going more? How long of this we gotta listen to?
Well, do you agree with me that it's a fucking scam that nobody can understand?
Damn, Garrett.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't know this. I thought he was just always had that
Oh,
fucking
no.
wheelchair and was all this, he was doing it himself. No, he's a puppet. They're just pushing buttons in a van out in the street. And he goes, and then they type on the screen what it says, like, talks about how
You know what the opposite of Stephen Hawkins is?
What?
Stephen Watkins.
That's a knee slapper.
Sorry.
John says sorry.
I think Nate's heard that joke before years ago.
Maybe.
I think it was one of those Friday lunches a couple of years back.
Now he's trying to rope you into this, Nate.
Yeah.
Nate, remember
Actually, I
you
heard
made
it
that
from
joke?
Nate. Yeah,
Remember when
Nate,
you laughed at
you're-
that joke, Nate?
You're actually the one that told me that joke.
Remember you wrote it all out?
you're like, ah.
And then John's
Oh, like, oh, that's a good joke.
Wow, Nate, I didn't know you were so funny.
Oh, God. Sick.
Maybe I should just start having John translate for me around town. I go up to the fucking grocery store. Oh, he wants condoms. Magnum, sorry. He said Magnum. Well, that's fucking bullshit this whole time. You can't tell me this guy goes, and this guy's like, oh, he's talking about how he got into science. What the fuck?
Isn't one of the, like, South Park or something like that, had an episode where he was on it and all these, like, they have, like, 5 or 6 scientists just writing out everything that he's saying? Maybe not.
So, no, they had to. They know. The Matt Stone
Oh,
and Trey,
yeah.
Trey Parker, those guys.
They're
are
gonna make fun of him.
They're gonna definitely make fun of him. But
I'd never do such a thing.
I was listening to a podcast and there was a guy on there and he starts this spiel about how the Stephen Hawking is a scam, and I was like, that's kind of fucked up. That my knee-jerk reaction was, fuck, this guy's
Right.
went through all these trials and tribulations and he's fucking overcome way more than anybody ever could have. He's like so successful. And then he plays that translation video. I was like, God damn it.
It's all a lie.
Like, are you shitting me? Like, this guy, how'd they find a translator and how much time did he have to spend with him, listening to him talk? He had to have just sat there and gone, for hours to get all the words and the cues to understand and this guy's not only, when he grunts, he says words that are not in my vocabulary. Not that I've got a vast, extensive vocabulary,
Right,
but
but still.
I mean, I've probably got at least 200 words in there. And a lot of the things he says aren't in that vocabulary. And this interpreter learned his speech and then can translate that to other people.
No, he did not.
That's what I'm saying. It's just too much.
No, he
It's
did not.
like if even a 5-year-old would look at that and be like, how does he understand what that guy's saying? He must be,
Right.
like you said, he must be a genius, the interpreter.
Well, maybe the interpreter is a genius. That's his alias.
You think the interpreter's actual
The smart
the
one.
smart one, and
And
then
they put all the credit on him for some reason because he's making money off Stephen Hawking.
because this guy, he don't want to be famous. He wants to just have the money.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's
Blame it
probably
on somebody else.
Yeah, there you go. But why would you do that? What would be the purpose of setting some guy up that's paraplegic and
Make
yet
money.
nonverbal? I mean, that's what I'm saying.
It's a
There's no-
feel-good story.
Well, you
Look
might
at this
listen to his
guy,
politics, or if he's saying that there's global warming, Well, it's Stephen Hawking. He's in a wheelchair and he can't speak. Must be right.
You're always gonna feel sorry for a guy like that and kind of take him under your wing.
I
and
did.
believe
Now I
everything.
just can't stand him. Not him. I'm just he didn't.
His
do it.
interpreter. Fuck that
His
guy.
interpreter and
And who's
probably
that
his
guy?
mom and dad.
Are you friends with him on Facebook?
The interpreter or
Yeah.
Stephen himself? Neither one of them.
Oh, I think Hawkins is dead.
Yeah, Hawkins is
Yeah.
dead.
Well, good. I mean, let me explain. That's why he hasn't accepted my friend request.
That's why you're not friends on Facebook.
That's why we're not
You're
friends.
just upset now.
Oh, makes
He
sense
didn't
now.
accept
God.
it.
Hell, you're
I'm
going
mad-
to hell, right?
He's actually a genius, but I'm just mad he didn't accept my friend request. So I'm using my platform that reaches billions of people. The Bipolar Sunrise, best podcast on a Sunday morning. If we can get the volume to work on my phone.
This time.
We gotta get a camera one of these days. And some, man, I see there's a guy, Mac Lethal, not Mac Lethal. That's the guy from Kansas City. Something Mac, but
Mac.
he gets on like Ogle. There's like Twitch, these little platforms, and he's just like what happens on this Ogle. I think is it just hits you on different people's channels, and it just cycles, and then it pops up, and they're on their live stream, and you're on your live stream. Well, then he says, "I want to rap for you." And then he says, "Give me some words," and then he just makes up a rap beat right there
I know
on
what you're
the.
talking about.
You've probably heard him. He's really
Yeah.
good. Like he's
Yeah,
white.
you can, and then he'll incorporate the 5 words into his
Oh
rap,
yeah,
and yeah,
and it
he
makes
gets,
it sound something Mac.
I got a buddy of mine from Wamigo, Drew Kuchera. For I think
makes the salsa.
yeah, I think he's on a 600-day
Fast.
no, where he harasses radio stations, news stations. I'll send you some of his videos, but he got a hold of that guy.
God damn it.
And he's always talking about above average chicken enchilada recipe. And there are people in the middle of the weather, be like, any questions about blah, blah, blah. And then like, oh, we got one from Drew Kuchera. Anybody got above average chicken enchilada recipe? And he's got all these clips from everybody he's harassed over the years. And then he got a hold of that guy you're talking about and asked him if he knew anything about an above average chicken enchilada recipe. Well, he actually raps about it.
No shit.
Which was pretty hilarious. But he started this in like 2020 when COVID hit. So he's been doing this for 5 years now, and he constantly, that's what he's a professional troller.
Professional troll, man.
And he'll fucking constantly go through all the news sites, everything that's coming up, and he'll type in anybody got above average chicken enchilada recipe. And one guy got kind of mad at him because he's like, my wife makes a damn good chicken enchilada. And next thing he knows, and I think the guy maybe was a cop. He's like, well, he asked the guy if he can get his wife's above average chicken enchilada recipe. And he's kind of like, yeah, fuck you. I'm not doing it. I'm not giving it to you kind of thing. And kind of got in a fight with this guy. He's been kicked off so many platforms for, hey, do you have above average chicken enchilada recipe?
Like Roy D. Mercer back in the day. You guys remember the Roy D. Mercer
I know the
radio
name.
show? Well, Roy D. Mercer, and it was a syndicated radio show, but they played it in 97.5 KMOD down where I'm from in Oklahoma. That was the station, and they played Roy D. Mercer, and he'd call people up. The funniest one I ever remember, he has tapes, CDs, and stuff you could purchase from his skits. He'd call this guy up at a mechanic shop, and he'd say, hey, I want to talk to the old boy down there that worked on my wife's car. And he explains the car, and he's like, well, we don't know. I'm not sure who he worked on the car, but he said, well, I'll tell you what, son. He said, I found a pair of panties in my wife's glove box, and they ain't hers, and I want to know who did this, and I'm going to come whoop somebody's ass. He always tells them he's going to whoop their ass.
Right.
And this guy's like, well, I'm a 6'4" redhead. You can't miss me. Come on down. Most people are trying to like, no, calm down, sir. Not him. He's like, I'm a 6'4" redhead. You won't be able to miss me. Come on down.
Bring your
Bring it on down.
Want those undies back.
That's what he'd call him with this outrageous story. My wife's found underwears in the glove box of her car, and it wasn't hers. And I'm gonna whoop somebody's ass. How big of it? He always asked him, how big of an old boy are you? And that guy said, well, I'm about 6'4", redhead. You can't miss me. Come on down, motherfucker.
Talk about this all you want.
But if you ever get the chance to, YouTube it and look Roy D. Mercer clips, especially a night drinking, sitting around with the guys, because he's so funny. I'm gonna whoop your ass, and people get scared on the phone. They're like, we don't need to do that, you know. And he's like, no, I'm whooping somebody's ass. We're past that.
We're back.
I'm here to drink
We're
beer, whoop
past
ass,
the
and haul
talking.
out of beer. Bill Brasky.
There's a lot of those good, funny Howard Stern, you know, good radio shows back in the day. That's all gonna be a thing of the past.
All those skits. Remember Bill Brasky?
I don't remember Bill Bass.
It was
Or
like
Crank
Saturday.
Yankers.
Yeah.
Crank Yankers.
This was Saturday night. Do you remember Bill Brasky? It always started. This is pretty much Chuck Norris of jokes before Chuck Norris jokes. It's like, yeah, Bill Brasky, me and him were hanging out the other day. He's like 5'10", and by the end of the story, where the people are going, oh, I know Bill Brasky. He's 8'12". Yeah, he rescued my pup from the whatever. But they just keep getting bigger and bigger, and then it was always like a silhouette of him, like smoking a cigarette. It's like Bill Brasky. Like, holy shit, I'll buy you a beer.
Yeah, so I guess it's just moving to a different sort of platform you won't get on the radio, because podcast and like Mr. Ball that we talked about, he just sits in front of the camera and talks. He doesn't have any guests. He just tells stories. You got podcasts that do that,
True crime.
true crimes and
Yeah.
stuff like that. There's a lot of them, and there's some of them that are real good. But it's kind of cool. Like when we were starting this podcast, I was watching some ADHD. They're just specific for ADHD podcasts, so that I could kind of understand how they were talking about it and what their approach to, you know, speaking about their condition and whatnot. And I come across a whole bunch, and there's a lot. There's some of them that's just, you know, maybe a woman or a man sitting in front of the camera talking. Sometimes I'll have guests, and they'll ask them about their condition, and then they'll just brainstorm. So I like it all. I like the area we're in right now as far as like the way that we can collect information, because it's really easy. Like, I was just thinking about it yesterday. I was talking to my buddy on the way up to the fights. Like, dude, we don't argue. You've talked about it a lot. Like, we don't. If I want to know something, or if we're talking about something, an actor. What was that guy that was Ted? He played on Cheers. What was his last name? You're like,
He stabbed a kid.
And
Was
we're
in a
thinking
fight.
about it.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford. And now we know.
Yeah.
But we didn't used to. We just grab Google now. Used to. And then just grab your phone and voice, ask the question, and it'll tell you with the AI response, or if it doesn't have an AI generated response, it'll give you one. I don't know.
So has anybody been hearing about this thing entering our universe? Anybody stumbled across that?
The interstellar.
The A1, what is it called?
Beachfront Avenue.
The 3i interstellar object entering our atmosphere. It's supposed to be slingshotting around the sun and possibly taking its pathway to Earth. And it's bigger, or the size of, it's like 7 miles long.
Yeah.
What's that mount, whatever everybody climbs?
Everest.
Everest. I believe that's what they said, wasn't it? The size of Mount Everest.
That's how big the fucking object is.
Yeah, well, they've been tracking this thing now
Like an asteroid or what?
Well, that's what they
They
thought
don't-
it was, but it
yeah.
seems like it's putting off its own light source.
Oh, God.
There's no trailing,
Mothership.
So
and
it's a star?
they say and it speeds up, slows down, and
Yeah, it
changes
was
trajectory.
supposed to be here in November, and then it's sped up, and now it's supposed to be here in September.
Oh God, I'm so excited for the end of days.
Where's it supposed to hit?
It's not necessarily supposed to hit anything. It's just gonna come by us.
So have you heard that?
Yeah.
There's people.
They
on
sent
big
this thing a
space bus.
message. Have you seen that?
Look at those fucking guys in Kardashian.
They're on a tour. There's
Now,
a bunch of
again, I don't
tourists.
know how
They're on a
accurate
sightseeing
it is.
deal.
Sunglasses and fanny packs on.
There's a lot of
Atlas.
Let's go by the Kardashians' house. We've been watching every episode.
Right.
We want to meet them.
There's a lot of podcasts and like little clips talking about how
3i Atlas is what it's called.
this is the aliens are going to come by, and this is going to be first contact or something like that. Well, first contact, or it's going to come by and just take a bunch of humans away from us, and then they're going to claim that was like the rapture or something like that.
Who the fuck has these thoughts? How do you know that that's your first thought? You see something, an anomaly in space that's coming at us, and you're like, oh, they're fucking here to harvest our brains.
You're right.
I mean, you don't know what the fuck there's an intent. You don't even know what it is. I just first time I'm hearing about it right now. You're not just gonna get me to
It's
believe
been
that aliens
all-
are fucking coming to pick us up and kidnap.
But is it too far fetched, really?
Well, I don't think so. So I mean, like as far as like extraterrestrials and then like aliens, I guess you say aliens, like bipedal or whatever functioning conscious beings that aren't human from another rock in the sky. We've been having reports since as long as I can remember of some kind of crafts, different types of aliens that have been spotted and seen, and they've even got categorized now. Grays, whites, whatever. Wouldn't they have been here the whole time? Wouldn't they have just came here and kind of maybe set up a base? Because you're traveling from how fucking far? We look into our telescopes and everything that we can even see that's a million light years away. So if it takes that long to travel, it's not like they're making interstellar trips back and forth to their planet unless they found a way to bend time around. If not, they're having a base here and they're just staying and blending and hiding.
Time's different to everybody, though.
Well, and I think this is an intergalactical object.
And
which
this has
means
happened
from
3 times in
different
our
universe,
lifetime.
not our universe.
Yeah, this is from not the Milky Way galaxy.
Right.
This is from a different galaxy.
And it can't just traject itself toward us. It's obviously they're saying they think it's a man.
It's purposeful.
It's being manned by or aliened.
Yeah.
Alien.
Yeah, that's gonna be a whole new deal when we start getting aliens. We're gonna we can't put man on the end. It's like woman, men. You know, it's man and woman. Now we're gonna have to start. We was just getting into the genders. Now we got other other fucking races now that we're gonna have to add
What's
in.
that? Jeremy Cornell?
Yeah,
Corvell? What?
Corvell. Yeah.
So he's been talking about this, which is kind of weird. About the same time I started talking about this, when we got suckered into wearing masks and all this here and that. I was like, they're gonna have some big catastrophic something or other where they bring in aliens all of a sudden, introduce them to us, and then they're gonna be like our saviors. So they're gonna be like the elite because they saved planet Earth, and then it's just gonna be a weird fucking deal. But they used, apparently there was a message that came from the ship.
What?
Because we
Why
sent
am I
one.
just hearing about
Yeah, I was
this
gonna say, I
today?
haven't heard
We
any
sent
of
one
that.
to the ship. They replied back. We couldn't decipher it, so they put it in chat.
GTP?
GPT. Do you hear about this?
No.
And then it deciphered it. It says pretty much in a nutshell, hey, yeah, we've been watching you. We're here to help. And it's pretty much like at the end of this, we're your friends. And then it said something.
7 miles long. That holds a lot of aliens.
That's a lot of aliens. This is
Yeah.
a hoax.
Well, and that's another theory
Yeah.
because Corvell,
Mhm.
Jeremy, and this is where we're kind of talking about where the government's trying to desensitize us to things in the sky for when real shit fucking comes. It's not going to be that big of a deal.
Why do they need a 7 mile fucking ship?
Yeah, like
What do they haul?
Well, there's this guy
Fuel?
from Harvard that's
Would you think? How would you get a rocket? Like, how many times would you have to fuel a rocket to get to the moon?
depends. Or what's it ran by? Like what kind of fuel we're talking about? They're not using the fuel we're using.
Okay, jet fuel. I'm talking
They could be
about.
using
What we
like
have.
thorium.
No, I'm saying for us. to
Ocean
get to
salt
the moon.
water is a good source.
We made it to the moon on 1 tank of gas and back.
Well, gravity helped us on our way back, I think.
Gravity out in outer space helped us.
On our way back.
No, it doesn't. We're not getting a gravitational pull.
Yeah, but
all
you just
the
gotta
way.
be going one direction. And once you turn your
Yeah, that's
thrusters
right.
and shit off, there's no gravity in space, so you can go up there and shoot a bullet.
They
It's
spent,
gonna go forever till something stops it.
They spent 15 years building infrastructure for the rocket to take off of, but it just took off of a dusty moon top. They didn't put a pad down or nothing, just right back to Earth.
We landed on the moon.
Like I'm saying, a rocket's big, no question about it. It's like fucking 20 stories tall. But most of that fucking thing is gas, is rocket fuel.
That's just to get out of our atmosphere.
But that's what I'm saying. We got to the moon and back.
Yeah.
One tank of gas. Really?
one headlight.
One headline. I don't know. They're not using gas apparently, so they don't need to have a 7 mile ship full of fuel because there's no stops. From what I can
Well,
see.
apparently there's one stop.
Yeah, Earth.
Well, it sounds like they're here to help us to
Yeah.
reset something.
That's
Is what
kind
they
of like
kind
if
of
your
said.
government comes and knocks on your door and says we're here to help.
Well, that's like
Yeah.
you changing the
Just let us
water in your aquarium and be like, oh, that's gonna be fucking weird to the fish. So yeah, shit does happen, and God, I really, we've done it to ourselves.
I just hope they
Let's
go
go
to
launch
the
shit
big
up.
places like New York and Chicago
Yeah.
and leave us little people alone.
Yeah, they just shoot nukes up into space and explode them.
Well, we've been
Out
fucking
into the
around for
fucking
way
ocean.
too long. Something bad's bound to happen when you keep shipping shit. What, it started 1977, we shipped the first thing out there, and then we did the gold record. We give them our coordinates, like, hey guys, this is where we're at, and we're kind of expecting
I
nothing
think
to happen.
we have a message on repeat shooting out.
Yeah,
constantly.
radio waves.
Radio
yeah,
waves shooting out. I mean,
definitely.
they're listening to old Honeymooners episodes because it's so far away. Like
Right.
they're listening to I Love Lucy, and on their way here to attack.
Because
They're
they
gonna send
hated I Love
one of these
Lucy.
days to the
It's like-
moon.
And they're tired of hearing the same thing over.
Yeah,
They're
it's
like,
like,
fuck,
stop
we're gonna go
it."
kill this show.
Yeah.
Fuck.
They really need help.
But the thing is, like, how many things can you send into space trying to get somebody to reach out for communication to interstellar or whatever and not expect something to answer back? Like, it's bound to fucking happen.
Yeah, but wouldn't have it had to left a long time ago, like way before we actually
Depends
started?
on the
the-
technology. They may be able
Yeah,
to
we could be
jump,
capturing stuff from the 70s right
jump
now. They
to
could be.
wherever immediately, like, Star Wars, where they, and then boom, they're immediately.
Like I said, their
somewhere
time's
else.
different than ours.
We're going into warp speed.
We may think we're like this extremely technologically advanced deal, and they're just like, oh, that's cute.
When you go into
Yeah,
warp
Like,
speed,
put a
They're
missile
just-
up.
They're just now doing this. Oh, look at them go.
well, when you go into warp speed, how do you not hit meteors and debris?
Well, we got GPS, Garrett.
Well,
they're at
7
warp
miles long too. Like, my God,
Yeah, you'd think it'd take a
7
minute to slow that down.
you'd think so. And then, like you said, shit hitting it, unless they got
like force fields.
force fields or
Yeah.
guns on there that
Anti-gravity
blow,
that pushes against or
blow
repels.
shit apart.
Well,
Or,
their technology is way advanced than ours.
More advanced than even the Egyptians that built the pyramids.
maybe these
Or
are
they are-
the
They
Egyptians
are the
from
ones who built the
pyramids.
pyramids.
I was
So,
gonna say,
yes.
maybe these are the pyramid builders.
Think they're gonna come back to
They're
build
like,
a new
shit, they
pyramid?
discovered that one in Antarctica. It's time to show up.
And their
help
power
them out."
stations, guys. Come on, we know what they really are. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Or
Do
the
you think
pyramid.
that do you think that if there's aliens out there and they're using, because we only have, the mold that we have to go by is what we know, which is electricity for power and fuel, burning fossil fuels.
Maybe they showed up too soon. And they're like, they're not ready to use these. We thought that we'd shown this technology, but they're not advanced enough.
Or like
And-
some people theorize
You know
that they
what I mean?
bring,
Yeah.
They showed up,
say
they weren't
the
expecting
ships
us
are
to have
donations.
spears and,
They crash a ship purposely.
So
So we can reverse engineer it, and our
yeah,
technology will grow.
advance.
But
Yeah.
if you go back to like Zachariah Sitchin's when he talks about the Sumerians and how the Sumerians came down from space to harvest gold, because I think the premise of that first book he wrote is that the Anunnaki
Anunnaki.
were a space
sounds like a
nomadic
Japanese
space creatures, but their home planet, their atmosphere was being destroyed. So they found out if you take gold and then put it in particulate form and then put it in their atmosphere, in their ozone essentially, then it will protect from sun or whatever's fucking their planet up. But they didn't have any gold. So they find Earth, it's full of gold, but they don't want to do all this work, backbreaking work, but the monkeys are too stupid to do it. So they shortened the telomeres so they wouldn't live as long, and they fucking changed a little bit of DNA so that they'd be a little smarter.
Well, humans do
So they
have
would-
altered DNA. They can't quite figure out why or how it got altered, but it's pretty much got programmed one way or another.
By the Anunnaki, but then they needed slaves to harvest the gold, so they put us as slaves. But then when they got what they needed, and they're like, "Fuck this, I'm out." But then they're like, "Fuck, we left these fuckers are smart now, and they're going." So then that's when they came back. They were living too long. They were living like 700 years, 900 years, like Enoch and them. And so the aliens came back, and they're like, "Hey, we were supposed to fucking kill them when we left and destroy the planet, you know?" And this one of the generals or whatever was like, no, we won't let them live as long. They're living too long, but if they don't live as long, they won't, and it will work. Because we have amnesia. Like our whole race, we don't remember shit.
Was it? They've been around.
Well, I don't know. It's just a
Keeps
wild
getting
story. It's
rebuilt.
fun.
And it's not like I
but-
think it, but it's an interesting theory for
Yeah,
sure.
it's
Like
fun
they
to
started
romanticize.
finding these like humans been around for 2,000 years. The pyramids been around for a few more
I
than
think the
that.
humans have been around for like 300,000 years.
Well, they're going back to like say 11,000 years ago. And we're finding structures still that we can't explain that are buried.
They just found a wooden structure here in the last couple of months. That was
They're
dated back
constantly
30,000
finding shit,
years.
but they're constantly having
Yeah.
to change history over this, and people get kind of upset over there. But when you're finding things that are 11,000 years old with precision, well,
Yeah, like Göbekli Tepe.
yeah,
Yeah, it was fine, and then they found Quran Tepe here just in the last 10 years.
right,
That's even older than Göbekli Tepe.
right. That was 11,000 years.
Yeah, and the Younger Dryas Impact Theory hypothesizes
And they're like, there's no
that
way,
an impact
stupid man.
11,800 years
This ain't
ago.
somebody for the first time decided to build these structures. They're like, fuck, maybe humans been around longer, or an advanced civilization at least back then. I can't say they're human, but who the fuck knows?
Well, how many times have we built ourselves up and then got a 7-mile long fucking meteor comes and smacks the side of the planet and fucking shifts everything?
I'm not trying to smack it. It's going to stop, and they're going to release things over here to help us out.
But I'm saying,
No,
I think that
really.
there's,
Yeah, that makes me feel
bunch of
better.
aliens to
Yeah,
kill us
yeah,
all.
no, they're not gonna kill us. They're
Yeah,
just
dude,
gonna
you're
change
ridiculous.
everything.
Yeah, fuck.
They come in
Hey.
peace.
Yeah, they did say
go in
that.
pieces.
We're
Yeah. We come in peace, you leave in pieces.
You guys must not know about Texas. They got all the guns down there. You
Yeah,
better
don't
not
mess
start
with
at
Texas.
Texas. You're gonna be
If,
fucked.
if they can fly
Stand your ground.
through space and not get destroyed by meteors, I think
I don't know. Texas is
the
pretty
lead
tough.
bullet's
You see
gonna.
the size of the condoms they carry around in their back pockets down there?
Yeah.
Them boys are tough.
Why do you think Joe Rogan moved to Texas?
He wanted a bigger dong.
Yeah,
That's why
it smells like a foot.
it smells like a foot long.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy thinking about shit like that.
I
One
got it. How many
question.
times?
This is way off base, but some things that's been said keeps triggering it in
I
me.
can answer your question.
Well, then this is, and if we don't want to talk about it, I'm fine.
You need to
But
raise your hand though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ryan,
I'm here to help.
do you come in peace?
I do come in peace.
And are we gonna leave in pieces?
If you don't quit interrupting
And
him,
this is way off topic, but I didn't know. Especially you've got girls in high school now.
Yeah, well, I
Did you get?
Yeah.
Did they get sent home with papers on back of one paper saying that they needed to call their fellow students by their proper pronouns or they would get in trouble? That the bathrooms are basically unisex.
No.
And see, Piper got sent home with that stuff.
Maybe it was just one teacher. I mean,
It
my
was
girls
all of
didn't
the
use anything.
teachers that she has multiple sheets and she's in trouble because her dad hadn't signed them yet. Well, Tabby was reading them to me, and I told her, I said, you know, you want to be gay, I support you. Hey, knock yourself out.
Right.
But what
More
I
pussy for me.
don't agree with, it took me a minute to realize what you said.
I'm still like processing it. I can't wait to go back and rewatch the video.
Yeah, I didn't hear what he said.
I heard
so-
it, but anyways, fuck you, Jerk. Go on, Ryan. Sorry he interrupted you.
But, you know, we're allowed to use the same bathrooms. And how are they supposed to keep track of someone's pronouns? When some of these kids, and I'm not being
They
mean,
change them daily.
but yes,
They
you know,
do.
Nate had made the comment.
Miss Bell was talking
their
about that.
job to keep up with someone that's going to change who they are every day.
Well, I don't have a problem
So I
if your
didn't
name's
know
Ryan,
if-
but you want me to call you Rochelle.
Right.
I'll do that. But if you're switching it up and I've got to work at it, like, hey, I don't have to work to talk to Nate. I'm just gonna.
Well,
talk
and
to
like
Nate.
the pronouns,
He just
they,
lets me call it
they,
Nate, though.
them, they, you know, how do you keep up with, it goes, hey, she, and it's like, it's they. So now
Well,
your
just
kid
to
can
play
be in
devil's
trouble,
advocate,
or-
because you're not interested in this. If you were a trans or whatever, then you would be worried about it, and you would be trying to make everybody, you know,
Right.
because you're not into it. It's like, well, fuck, this is to us. It's just like, well, this is extra work, but to these people, and again, I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm not taking sides, but to these people that feel like they are ostracized by the majority of the community, that of course they fit in. Of course they're a woman. Of course they're a man. Of course they're this or that. But the lack of inclusion that they feel with the rest of society, because And I think it's just because it just hasn't worn in yet. It'll go under. Everybody ended up.
I'm just wondering, and to be fair, Piper's not upset about this. I don't want her
So
getting
she got
ostracized
papers
or-
for this this is her first year of high school. am
first
I
year of high
correct?
school, yeah.
God damn, that's
And
fucking
I'm
weird.
just wondering because, you know, it was one of those that the front side is, hey, you know, they can't have their phone in class. They got, and, you know, normal stuff. And
Right.
it's like, hell yeah, I agree. But then you flip the paper over and it's all this inclusion stuff where it's basically, you know,
Mhm.
and again, if a kid wants to be they, them, hey, good for you. I have zero problems with any of
So,
this. Everyone that knows me knows
This is on a paper,
I'm inclusion with the gay
and then you're
community,
supposed to sign a contract.
but you have to sign it stating that if your child doesn't call someone by the right pronoun or the right name, could be subject to.
So you know what I do in a situation like this? Me, like constantly studying law and whatnot. I would fucking bring that paper to April, have her reprint it out, take the shit out that you don't
And
want
that's
in
what I
there,
told Tabby.
and then sign that, send it back.
That's what I told
And then when they
Tabby.
go to get in trouble for it, it's a breach of contract, and then nobody's gonna be able to do anything because they didn't go over. They're not gonna reread every single fucking sheet that comes in there,
Well, that's what I told Tabby. Just
or cross it out with black
recopy
marker.
it, but don't have the backside on it. And then just say, we agree to this part of it, sign it, and turn it in and be done with
Because
it.
if there's
And I think
1,000
it's meant-
students there, they're not going to go through each one that signed
I
or
think
check
it's-
everyone.
I think it's meant to be harmless. I really do.
Well, the thing
It's-
is,
it's
signing
like
a
you
contract.
said, you
Dude,
know?
how many contracts we sign in high school about shit like that?
No,
I signed 0.
Point being, exactly. Now, I'm not against all this, but like you said, you know how many times I've kind of gotten in trouble for like, hey, sir, I'm a woman. I'm like,
Right.
oh, I'm sorry.
And that's me because of the way I was raised.
that.
Yes, ma'am.
Now all of a sudden
And
I'm
then
going to
it's
be
like,
getting a 3-day detention because I fucking didn't know.
right.
Fuck that.
And that was our point. Is let everyone, if you want to say you're a cat, well, meow, motherfucker. I don't care.
Yeah, happy
You know
to
what I
meet you,
mean?
Mr.
Sounds
Wiggles.
sounds good, but don't make it to where kids can get in trouble because they say, "Hey Ryan" instead of "Hey meows," or you know what I mean.
And
I
so,
identify as...
So we don't have the freedom
like-
of speech any longer at school.
Like
level?
I get
you
hate
signed a
speech,
document to sign your freedom of speech away.
and I get hate speech. You know where kids are going to purposely hate FAG or you know what I mean.
Right.
I get where it's
He
like.
spelled fag for those of you guys that don't know.
Well, maybe I identify as that. Was the teacher like, hey, fag, get up here, right
Well, then
on
you
the
might
board.
offend
Well,
another
and
kid.
that's where our point
This
is
is
that
the problem.
should be a teacher-student thing.
I go by God.
If the teacher,
I go by "fuck you" and "suck my dick."
See, what teacher's gonna be like, hey, fuck you, suck my dick, get out of the lunch line, you're in trouble.
Like,
Well, that's
no
what I identify
well,
as.
and then the
Where do you draw the
bathrooms,
line?
you know,
So,
the
that's
bath-
what you're right. Where do you draw the lines? We
I
can
want to
make
call
it
God.
facetious, or we can make it really
Right.
easy. Let's just say if it happens, we're not going to make a big deal out of it. Because I don't know, this girl looks like Rochelle. She's a girl, but she's like, no, I identify as a boy. And you're like, fuck, sorry. No, I'm going to the principal's office.
yeah.
Well, like, you know, so that could be abused. I get I understand. I want everybody to feel like they belong because it's an important part of society is you feeling like you're part of it.
Right, and I agree.
And so it's really
100%.
difficult when they do have these confusing thoughts in their head and they're not sure exactly what's going on at a young age. Your brain's not fully developed. And if somebody is really pushing this thing to blow it out of context, which it seems like feminism a lot of times is that way. It's like we only pick the worst of the things to talk about when there's other things that women got it really good over here, but you're still focused on this one thing. There's this gender pay gap, and they're just focusing on that. I find that it's that way with the transgender too.
Well, gender is science. Like, try going to buy a fucking breeding cow. You're not gonna just walk up there and be like, oh, I was like, where's its dick? Like, well, it's a trans cow,
Right.
but he's gonna be really good.
Yeah, but I need him to breed my females with no dick. It's gonna be tough.
Right. It's gonna be
Oh, it's a
tough.
girl dick.
Or you have like purebred pups, and people are like, oh, I want a male or a female. Like, well, these pups don't identify, and they don't.
You got to wait until they're old enough to tell you what they are.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want a good male, this one here doesn't have a dick, but you know you can take it home. Like
Sure,
it'll
he'll
tell
grow
you.
one when he decides.
How's that shit work? I don't fucking know.
Well, it's a really good point you brought up. I watched a video the other day, and this guy's like, he's like, gotcha, bitch. Because they're doing a video, FaceTime, and she said she's a trans man, so she was a chick going into a dude. And she was talking about her and her partner. Oh my God. And we had to take the dogs to the vet. And she said, what? Oh, you have dogs? What kind of dogs? And she said, we have 2 boys and a girl. And the lady just stopped, and then it was like 3 seconds, and the girl that just said we have 2 girls and a boy went. And you could tell, it's just like going off. She's like, oh fuck.
There is a difference.
There's a difference. And she,
Right.
I mean, it was, you could see it with the
Right.
realization
God.
just went
Right.
over her face. It washed over like slow, different shade of color on her face. And she was just like, you could tell everything was like, oh fuck, everything that I've learned and everything that I've been spewing and everything I've been saying, holy shit. I either have to now knowingly lie to people because you're in a fog.
Right.
You want to believe that stuff and everybody else is saying it. So it's like, yes, there are 70 genders. There are 70 genders. And then you're like, oh, fuck, that's ridiculous. You know, you kind of say, God, oh, fuck. Well, most of us, we do that stuff all the time, daily. We do stuff that's embarrassing. We're like, oh, shit, I hope nobody saw that. But these guys, that's their identity. Their identity is, I've been telling you to call me a man, but I'm a woman. And then they come to this harsh realization that there is, oh, man, it makes it a lot easier societally if we identify this way so there's no confusion. If I'm talking about a black dude, I don't give a fuck. Anytime, if I'm like, oh, I was hanging out with Pete, this black dude, I always bring it. I don't know why, it's maybe something, but if I'm like talking about somebody, if it's a guy or a girl, I say, oh, it was a black chick I was talking to, her name's Rochelle. Like, oh yeah, I know her. But I don't say it was a chick, Rochelle. I bring up that she was black because it helps identify that person
it's
better.
different. Like if you're the only white guy in the bar, those people in the bar are like, oh yeah, they're not gonna be like, oh, Garrett was hanging out, we were drinking. Remember the white boy? Garrett,
Well, if it was a short guy, they're not going to say, oh, that real tall guy.
Right.
Because he was short.
right, he's
So
5
it's
foot,
confusing.
about the size of Kevin Hart.
Right. But taller.
Yeah.
About the size of Nate.
But yeah, I mean, it's just, but it was 50-50. It's going to be really hard. Like if there's 50 black people and 50 white folk and we're all hanging out in a bar together, you'd be like, oh, remember that guy Reggie? Then you'd be like,
That's
well, he
racist
was the
as
black guy because
fuck,
there was a
'cause
white
I've
Reggie.
never heard a white guy named Reggie. Maybe Reginald from England. But you're a racist motherfucker.
Who
bringing up
identifies
Reggie.
as Reggie?
There is a black
I'm not
dude
even
in
for
town
sure.
named Reggie. He works over at
Or is
Billy
Reggie
Sims.
Watts? He's like a phenomenal fucking musician, black feller.
what, like just because he's black, they can't play? Fucking racist piece of shit.
It really doesn't.
But no, I understand your point. But you
I
guys,
just,
I mean,
I
it
just
is.
wondered if, anyone had heard of any of that going on. And again, I don't care what anyone identifies. I just think once it's where you're now will be in trouble if.
I changed the
It's
wording
like,
on
it
it. Bring it
was-
to
yeah.
April. Have her type up another sheet.
That's
sign
what
it.
I would say
send it off.
too.
That's what I do.
Because if you sign
Because
it,
it's your contract. If it's irresponsible of them not to look over it, which they're not.
well, it sounds like if
That's
you,
on them.
if Ryan Sullivan's name's on there, it's not Piper's. Ryan's in trouble when Piper fucks up, right? Or Mom's in trouble.
Dude, you
when
can even slide in every time that she fucks up. You get $50 in that contract.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
You
Every
can make
time
money
she gets
off
in
this.
trouble, and then
True.
send her to school with like weapons, stick a vape in her backpack
Oh,
pocket.
you guys signed off on this. She needs her emotional support vape. It
Yeah.
identifies as not a
Well,
vape.
like I
Where's
said,
the-
to
where's
be
my
fair,
$50?
she was fine with her dad signing off on it.
Did he sign
So I
off
want
on
to
it?
be clear that this is not,
Right.
Piper's not said, oh my God, this is stupid. Or,
Well, for most kids, they're going to accept it's the adults that are going to have
and,
trouble
and that's
with
it. Piper's super accepting. Like, oh, okay,
Right.
it's the adults in the whole scheme of thing
Right.
that is like, well, wait.
Sounds like they're doing this for profiling purposes. The parents that balk and don't want to sign it, they're like, oh, they're transphobes.
And it could be. I mean, who knows? But no, because like I said, Piper's upset that it hasn't just been signed and given back. But we're looking at it that,
Well, you're
Why
signing
are-
a contract saying that if she accidentally even,
and that's the thing, that's our hang up. Is
Yeah.
I don't think she should be subject to, she calls a girl she and it's they, she could be in trouble.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like we're here to learn. Why are we worried
Right.
about what gender this fucking
Exactly.
kid is anyway?
And I get wanting to change. I remember my middle name's Mitchell, and I remember when I was a kid in school, probably middle school, suddenly I was like, I want to be Mitchell. I don't want to be Ryan anymore.
Right.
I want to be Mitchell
That
Ryan.
makes
And I
sense.
tried getting everyone to call me
Didn't
Mitchell.
work.
And it didn't work.
They wouldn't
Well, they
do that.
did, but I didn't respond to it because I wasn't used to being called
Yeah, they're
Mitchell.
like,
you know, my
"Quit calling
teacher's
me
like
Mitchell,
Mitchell,
like
and
you
I'm
said."
like, who the fuck are you talking to? So I get where you are like, I want to be something different. And it has zero effect on the
I think
scheme
every
of things.
kid kind of goes through that.
It's
Like,
just,
oh,
yeah.
Yeah, trying to
name's
figure
John.
out who you are, what you want to be, or
You're
what you're all
Conrad
about.
Johnson for a while. You identified as.
You
I was
know,
a
my
full-grown
brother
adult
was-
when I did that too.
My brother was Bobby all grown up,
Yeah.
and then when he became professional, it's Robert.
Robert,
And
yeah.
I'm like, I'm not calling you that. That's weird.
Yeah,
But you know
I'm
what
still
I mean?
calling you penis, bro.
Yeah, but you know, it's Robert, and that's what everyone calls him. I go in and say, "Hey, can I talk to Bobby?" They're like, "Who?" I'm like, "Oh shit, Robert."
Like it's a pencil dick looking dude. He's got a dick about that long.
Looks kind
You
of like
can't miss
me,
him.
uglier.
Uglier than I.
And so, you know, and not that that's the same as what people deal with, where they feel like there's someone else trapped in a body. I'm not saying something as simple as a name change.
Yeah.
So I get where it's like, hey, you're testing the waters. This is what you identify. Just don't make it to where individuals are in
Let's not
trouble
fight
because
about it.
they,
Yeah. Why
Well,
because
fight
they
about it?
don't.
it kind of opens the door for some mischievous behavior. Say for
Well,
example,
the bathrooms,
I don't like you, right?
right?
And you just said, "Hey, man," and I'm like, "It's they," but I'd never been wanting to be called they before. Like you kind of ought to have a list of your pronouns then
Right.
that are out there, and then if you come to the principal and say, "No, I'm Rashiki now," and they're like, "Well, no, Rashiki's not on the
Not on the
list.
list,
That's you know,
right.
you're not going to be able to get them in trouble for that because I could see it's probably not going to be big, but I can see it. There's going to be a couple types.
Oh, I'd
Well,
definitely be
but-
that guy in high school.
Well,
Just call me
like-
pussy magnet, please. I mean,
Right.
don't
Yeah.
fucking.
Well, like the bathroom.
I'm not answering
I told
anything
Tabby,
else.
I
Pussy
said, I know
magnet
what
only.
a punk I was in high school. You tell me that I can go in the girls' bathroom, I'm going in that fucking girl's
Oh,
bathroom.
definitely the locker room.
I'm going in there. I'm going to take a huge shit. I'm going to make
Oh,
their
yeah.
life miserable in that girl's bathroom. I'm
Oh,
just going to be
yeah.
walking in.
Dude,
What's
the girls'
up, ladies?
bathroom-
You know,
Whip your dick out, do the helicopter in the dressing room. Like, hell yeah, I love PE. I get to go into the girls' locker
Fuck
room.
yeah.
No, dude, I
Just turned
identify
13,
as a
I got a
woman.
fucking raging boner, and I'm in the girls' locker room. Who wants to fuck?
They call me pussy magnet.
I'm the pussy magnet, and you have to call me it too by law.
Or you get in trouble.
You sign that contract. It is pussy magnet.
Pussy magnet.
Shut up, John. Did you just call me John? If you
No,
don't fuck
that's
me
it.
right now,
I'm gonna
I'm
turn
tell
you
you
in.
you didn't say I was the pussy magnet.
Yeah. Let's bump that from 13 to 18. That sounded a little weird there.
Let's go ahead and push that up.
Well, I guess I'm 13 too, so never mind. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You've been a pedophile since you were 13. God damn.
Oh, God.
I found out.
I didn't mean to get us off track.
It was funny though. That's a
Something
good.
that a couple of comments you guys made. It's like I just, especially with, both of you having high school kids, I didn't know if you'd run into that or if
My
it
wife
was,
hasn't said anything.
You know
about
how
it,
Happy
so-
Gilmore, he goes to his happy place and it's like riding the bike. There's a hot girl. She's got pictures of beer. Mine on this is like somewhere there's some farmers that are trying to identify as something and they're trying to find that stud horse.
with no dick.
And the guy's like, well, what do you mean? Like, you're trying to breed horse or cattle? Like, well, I have some trans cows over here, like,
Look, Daddy,
or a
I'm a
horse.
farmer.
And they're getting all pissed off and irritated
Just
because
stroking your dick.
they're just trying to impregnate some cows over here. So they know in their head there's definitely a difference, male to female, when you're trying to make money off of it. Make money off of it.
Right.
All of a sudden, you're trying to sell trans cows, you're not going to make any money off of it. But I don't know. The whole thing in my head right now is just kind of like somewhere there's a woman-ish or guy-ish pronoun trying to locate some sperm or a female cow. And all of a sudden, it really makes a difference, the gender, all of a sudden now,
Mhm.
which doesn't when their day-to-day life.
Right. Yeah, usually on a day to day it wouldn't affect you and this is just exactly what this paper is.
Yeah.
Normally on the day to day it wouldn't affect you, but it could have some extreme adverse reactions if it goes the wrong way. And you could be
Right.
the person that's innocent, let's just say, by all rights and purposes. Like, I'm calling you, and I just glanced over, like, hey, girl, can you come give me a hand? And you turn around, like, oh, fuck, I mean, hey, guy, you know, and like, no, you can't do, you dead named me or something like that. It's like, well, I didn't. But how do you defend that? Because
Right.
I'm a mouthy 15-year-old that always says shit, and this time I didn't.
Yep.
And I'm gonna be pissed because I know I'm wrong. I know I didn't mean to do that, and I really
Right.
didn't. But and they'll say, just take it. And shit. I'm like, no, I didn't do this shit. I've been in those situations.
You said
before.
dead
I did
name.
not do this.
That is a real thing. I did not know you could really get in trouble for that.
In England, in London, you can get fines. They will come to your house and
So-
ticket you.
Really?
Yeah,
What's
for
that
calling
girl?
Canada.
You seen the Umbrella
England.
Academy? What's
They're
that girl's name?
serious
Played
about
in
the pronouns.
Whip
Right.
It.
Damn.
She's trans now.
They don't have freedom of
Yeah.
speech like we do. You can't stomp all over
I
the First
don't know.
Amendment because you want to be called something different.
Said,
I mean, I want you
but it's
too.
not
Like,
her,
I want
it's,
I'd like Pussy Man.
oh,
You
yeah.
already took that one, but it was a
Jesus.
good one.
Elliot. Page.
Elliot, yeah.
Okay, so prime
Oh,
example, Ellen Page, Elliot Page. She changed it a little bit, and I really like how they brought it into like the Umbrella Academy, the TV series. But like, I can call you a fat fuck on the internet, and people are gonna wash over it. I can call you, like we were talking earlier, like people on the internet can get kind of brutal sometimes, and somebody called other person a fag or something like that.
You can say it. I said our.
Well,
front door. You have to spell it.
I remember somebody getting banned and kicked off because I'm like looking through the comments, people are calling people all these brutal names, but somebody said something about Ellen Page.
Elliot.
Well, her first name was it Ellen Page first? It's not always been Elliot, Ellen Page, and then she went to Elliot Page.
The chick from Juno?
Yes. So long
She ended up
story.
being hot because she was an ugly little fucking kid.
Nah, she was kind of cute.
Yeah, she was.
bet.
She wasn't bad looking.
But I like boys. Anyways, go on. I seen some, I think it was her or something along the lines of that. Well, somebody called her by her name, Ellen Page, that her born name. And the next thing I know, Facebook is flagging them and they get kicked off.
For dead naming?
Yes, you can get more trouble for me calling you your born name.
Then calling you other slurs and
Yeah, and it's like, what the fuck is going on with society today? This guy over here said a bunch of
Just
shit.
demolished Ryan. Fucking really
But
bad.
then you call her by her parent given name, and
Her
all of a
Christian
sudden
name.
they're getting banned from Facebook.
It's a weird time that we live in. I
You
mean,
fucking
that's a-
gotta be kidding
This
me.
is what I just keep saying.
Dead
We
name.
have too much fucking time on our hands. Like, there's no struggle. There's not enough struggle. We're worried about this mundane shit. About what this 13-year-old thinks they are. Fuck that 13-year-old. Give her 10 years. She'll be 23 and she'll have it figured out. But if you keep fucking around, you know, you just like say, hey, you're look, this is what we know. There's two genders. Do with that as what you want. If you still feel like there's some problems, we could take you to a doctor because there, you know, even though you think that you might be that, unless you have ovaries inside that we don't know about, you're like hermaphrodite. Is that what they call it?
Yeah,
Unless you actually have ovaries. Of course, if you have ovaries,
that's with
and
both.
right, you have
But, yeah.
both. You have testicles and ovaries, but you have the dick and balls, but you feel way more feminine. Yeah,
Right.
maybe we can remove those ovaries and that will take that away. But if you're just a regular X or you're Y or XY, whatever, and then there's anomalies in there, there's another thing. But if you're just a straight up person and you just want to be trans, that's where the problem starts to come in for me, is people that aren't really doing this, riding the wave of the transgender movement.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's happening a lot. So, and then this goes the other way. A kid, it's just like I'm joining a gang because nobody loves me. I can't find anybody, but the
Right.
gang's like saying they do. Transgenderism, not that being trans
Well,
would be a
trans
bad
anything,
thing.
trans species. I'm a bird.
I mean, honestly, it
What I
is.
just
It's. We were talking about that yesterday because I joked with Nate. I was like, "You'd be a wolf."
But you can be trans race.
Yeah, I mean, look, how
Trans
many?
age. Trans
I'm a
species.
cat. I'm a dog. I mean,
Like,
you
where do we
see it
draw
on
the
the
line
internet
on
all
this?
the
Well, where do
time.
you draw the line? Because
That's what I don't
some
know.
guy goes out and just talks his way into a 14-year-old girl's pants, And then he gets arrested and he's like, no, I'm 14 too.
No, I identify
They're
as
like,
a
no, your
14-year-old.
ID says you're 38. Yeah, but identify as a 14-year-old. They're like, oh.
I'm sorry. Here you
My
go.
bad.
So that's, everybody would get on board with that and say, no, he's wrong.
Right.
Definitely
Because
so.
it's in that context, it is wrong.
Right.
But you just put it over into another context, and he wants to marry another full-grown adult male, and he's a male, but he's dressing like a woman. See,
That makes my brain hurt a little bit thinking on that one. But yeah.
your hat's probably too tight.
Shut the
It's
fuck
new.
up. Getting broke in as we speak.
You know, the only way to break
Identifies as a broken hat, Garrett.
it just doesn't feel like it.
Right.
Identifies, but the feelings are off a little bit. Imagine if everybody just went around like acting on their feelings. Like, imagine if I just,
Police do it all the time.
Well, they're the law. They can.
They can act on feelings.
But like imagine like because sometimes I wake up in a bad mood. I just start going to the grocery store. Fuck you. What are you looking at, you stupid bitch? Because sometimes I feel like that. Like I walk in the store and I just want to say, what's
The
that
angry
stupid
shops.
fucking bitch looking at? I'm just
Probably
in
your
a-
ugly tattoos on your face, I'm guessing.
I'm sure, but
Call me crazy.
I'm just in a bad mood.
You're pretty ugly too. I mean, of course people are gonna.
I know there is, John. I get that there are. It's just hard for me to
Identify
take
as
sometimes.
good looking though.
When you identify as a good-looking man, but you're ugly, there's struggles. Why do these hot bitches keep rejecting me? I'm so fucking much better than them. I'm way out of that bitch's league, and she said no.
Speaking of which,
That's never happened to me.
I did read a story. I lied. I don't read. I watched a video. Reading's dumb.
It's for dumb people.
Well, that's why I can't read. Anyways, problem I have with identifying as something else is like when you goes negative. There's a guy that him and his wife got like foster kids growing up, and the guy finally come out and said he is a pedophile. Like he
Identifies as one?
identifies as a pedophile, and he actually wrote a book and put it out
But
there.
he just
but he's
don't-
never acted on it.
Right. There's a whole group
Gotcha.
of these guys. South Park did an episode on it, like
But
Ambula or something.
why the?
Yeah, where they had the convention.
Yeah.
Would show up.
But why would you identify as something that you've never acted on?
Maybe he looks at kids before and he's like, man, and then he
wants
thought,
to.
what the fuck?
But we know it's wrong. We do shit all the time.
And that's it.
I identify
Right
as a
there, you
bank
just-
robber,
you-
but I'm not going to go
But
rob
you
a
just
bank.
nailed it. He's able to
'Cause I
know
know it's
it's
wrong.
wrong and not act on it.
Was that just everybody that's
But
not?
he knows if
child
he
molester?
put himself in the right
But he'd like
situation,
to.
he would act upon it.
Yeah, I'd act upon
That's
a lot of things daily.
Right, we'll write a book on it.
Yeah.
I identify as a millionaire. Now, I've never had $1 million.
Have you ever tried heroin?
Is this guy married?
Black tar?
I identify.
Is this guy?
Oh, is a drug addict?
Is this guy married or is he single still?
He's married.
He's married. Has
They had kids in and out of the house. I mean, they've been retired now for years, but when I really hear something like that, was he really a pedophile that never acted on a situation, or is this a money-making scheme? He's like, you know what, this would be
Very well could.
people would buy this book, but it's going to be other people that
I
would
bet
probably
he-
buy the book
I
that are
bet
like,
he
you know
was-
what, I want to fuck 12-year-old
I
girls,
bet he
but
was
I haven't
put in a
acted on it.
situ-
I'm going to really like this
He was
book.
probably put in a situation where it made him question himself, and then he just never stopped questioning himself.
Don't we question
maybe.
ourselves though every day?
Yeah, I'm just.
I know, it's
Why
just-
are you yelling at him? Is what
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but
I'm just trying to join the conversation.
I do,
Not on my watch.
I do stuff constantly on
Are
the
you fucking
daily,
stupid?
knowing it's wrong is why I try being a good person. I'm not going to go in and ruin
Understood.
some- I know, I
But
get it. But
I think
it's
it
just
may have
sounds-
bothered. It may have bothered and sickened himself that he's like, I can't let this
I'm sorry,
go.
Ryan. I didn't mean to get
He may
go
have-
excited there.
His daughter may have had a friend over, and he glanced over and was like, God damn, there didn't look like that when I was in high
Right.
school. And he's like, Jesus,
Holy shit, I
what
want
the
to fuck her.
fuck is wrong with me? And he couldn't let it go.
And now he's a pedophile?
I suppose.
In his
Like-
own mind, he probably, you know
Well,
what I
I
mean?
guess so, yeah, he probably fantasizes. and
but
he's
would
like,
you
"Oh,
write a
yeah."
whole book about it and put it out
Fuck
there?
no, I wouldn't.
Well, that's probably part of the why he made the money, because nobody is.
Right.
You're a rapist or a murderer, and you're not writing a book about
What
it.
would you
or
guys-
you think about, like I think about killing people in the most gruesome ways all the time.
I'm a,
Jesus,
ser-
Eric.
I know, I'm just saying.
I'm a serial killer. I just
Well,
don't act on it because I know it's wrong.
Yes, you do. You draw pictures of it.
Fucking hell.
You draw pictures of
I
you
do.
abusing
Mutilate.
women.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
So, but you don't act on it.
Well,
besides
they
that.
don't identify as women.
Well, you draw them, so you can identify as whatever you want.
He did
them
his
to.
vagina monologue.
Well, isn't that
The
remember
vagina
though, like
God, he's so nasty.
how much stuff we actually do because we know it's wrong to do, so we just don't act on it. But this guy's making money writing a goddamn book on it. Is just,
Probably other people are too. That similar situations, not that one.
would you let your kids go there for a sleepover if they had a kid?
That's
your
my
age?
thing.
Like,
Is,
where do you
man,
draw
if he's
the
got
line?
grandkids
Well, yeah,
and
well,
shit,
I mean,
like,
you go
what
over
the
there,
fuck?
and the guy's like, "Hey, I just want to let you know, I identify as a pedophile, but I'll never touch your kids. I know I'm not
wrong.
gonna do it." I'm like, "All right, come on."
Come on in.
Here's $20. Go take them out to the
Would
movies.
you like some
Yeah.
candy?
Hey, man,
Yeah.
I don't know that this is
Have you
my
ever
place.
tried Benadryl?
Identify as a millionaire. Can I have $20? I want to take your kids out for a movie. Well, you're a millionaire. You identify as, well, I don't really have the money. That's why I need $20.
Just write IOUs all over town. I identify as a millionaire. Should be coming in any day now. Here's an IOU that ought to cover me.
Hold on to it. That's
Yeah,
gonna mean
You're like
something.
That's gonna-
Trailer Park Boys where he gives them hash coins.
Oh, God. I forgot about that.
He's like, here's a 10, here's a 1.
Speaking of which, there's a new season coming out. It's already out.
It comes out in
Yeah.
April of next year.
God, I'm so excited.
Jeez. Did you say 11? Hold on. Let me go through my hash code. Here you go. Yeah, imagine you go to the gas station and they're like, "That's $25," and you throw a quarter of fucking crack up on the table. Like, there you go. That ought to cover it.
We
Hey,
good here?
in the right part of town, you can sell that for 30. So have a good one.
It's really worth 20, but I'm getting it to you 15. You could sell for 30 if somebody's hard up.
Hey man, if you cut this, you could stretch that to 60.
Yeah, put some fentanyl in there. Let's talk about that.
This one there.
So I think the fentanyl crisis has really went down since they tidied up the border. Is from
Has it?
I love our segues. I just love how we're talking about one thing and then it's like, so the price of fentanyl's really gone down.
Yeah, it's called the bipolar
Ash
sunrise. It's in the title,
now.
Ryan.
I'm tired.
Oh my God.
Anyways, what are you doing?
I was
today?
checking my stocks the other day and fentanyl's really gone down.
Now's the time to buy.
Bye, bye, bye.
You're probably losing money if you had fentanyl stock.
Well, they have a carfentanil now. It's called carfentanil, and it is
Car fentanyl?
carfentanil. It's even more potent than fentanyl.
Jesus.
This is killing people left and right.
That's
You
what I was
guys
getting
all
ready
have
to
seen
say.
the.
My God.
You've all seen the Kensington Avenue videos, have you?
What's a Kensington and all?
In Philadelphia, they have, in the city of Philadelphia, they have one street called Kensington Avenue, and it's just people.
Kids strung out.
You go up and down the street. There's hundreds of people.
No shit.
Yeah, I actually-
God,
They
that's-
stand.
I
They
didn't know
stand
that
like
was
this
what
in
it
this
was called,
humped over
but-
position
that's
for
fucking
hours.
sad.
There's people that make their living off of just walking down Kensington Avenue, putting videos of these junks. There's live streams. We can go to Kensington Avenue on YouTube right now. Type it in, and it'll be a live feed from a window pointing down at just homeless people doing drugs and fucking around.
Wow.
Kensington Avenue is the worst, probably. Like you can't compare it to Skid Row.
And I've been to Skid Row between LA and Long Beach-ish, if I remember right. Cecil
Damn.
Hotel.
There's a live feed that top.
This is it right here.
Yeah. That's the live feed, so it's not the guy walking around. But there's other videos that aren't live of guys just walking around and filming. Those are the good ones. But yeah, well, it's just homeless people constantly, all day, all night.
How are they affording it?
Yeah, all those people, all homeless and drugs. I don't know.
Oh.
There's men and
I was
women.
like, what the fuck is that noise?
There's men and women just laying in the streets. There's showed a video the other day. I was watching these two dudes were walking around, and they would, hey, you awake? You okay? And then they'd go in their pockets and just try to look for loose change, dollars, whatever. They'd rob them. Just walking up and down the street, robbing these. And there's other people looking at them. They're like, trying to stop them from robbing them. But
One
they're
guy's just standing there. He's fucked.
that's not even a bad one. They get zonked and lean over, and they fall. They don't fall. They just stand hunched over for hours.
Well, this one here that you put on is like 2 hours long of people. So this is a big thing over there. If you have a, let me recheck that. Maybe it's 2 minutes. I thought
No, it's 2 hours. I saw it was like 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Oh shit! Can we do like a highlight clip?
Hi, Butterfly Sis. How are you?
Oh, so she knows these people. No.
To give out some
She's just out walking around.
So what the fuck are they on just to freeze like that in the streets?
See that
There's
lady
one
has they're all
hunched over.
So she's just they're all of them. See all of them now. You're starting as he's walking. You're starting to see him hunched over. They do fentanyl, and there's something else that's like a tranquilizer of some sort, but they mix them.
Why are they standing and not just hitting the ground, or do they fall over?
No,
in a definite.
no. Sometimes they'll be passed out laying on the ground, but most of the time they stay. They like stand there. Once the high kicks in, they like start to nod, and then they lean, and then they just hang over, standing on their feet like that for hours. I mean, you go through. Look at all of them just hunkered. They go through in some of these places. There'll be 30 fucking people standing in a
What
block,
the
just
actual
leaned over,
fuck?
zombied, out.
I've never heard of this. How long has this been going on?
Years, dude. It's years.
I've never
There's-
seen this before.
You could spend days watching videos, and you can watch people shooting up.
Honestly, this is a 2 hour long
Yeah.
video.
You can watch people shooting up, having sex right on the street, right there on the sidewalk. They're shooting up, they're smoking crack, they're just doing the
Well,
drugs.
if you have a girl bent over wearing a skirt like that, it
Well,
wouldn't take
they're
much
already
to-
bent over. They're passed out. You could go fuck any of them. They wouldn't know. They're just
Yeah.
completely out of it.
They just come through pregnant.
I mean, look at this guy.
That's a guy.
Well, I was being facetious, but looks like a guy. You didn't know?
You're suspended.
Yeah. Look at it. She's frozen.
Yeah, it's like improv everywhere. Everybody's just like frozen, and people are like zombies. There's kids coming through here.
They live there. Those kids live there, dude. There's businesses. Those are businesses, and people have to go to work, park their car down there, and hope their car doesn't get stolen.
There's
while
one,
they're at
two,
work.
3, 4, 5 people I see just kind of bent over there.
Dude, some
That
of the
guy's just
videos,
frozen in place.
That one, right?
some of the videos, you'll see 30. If he walks down the whole Kensington Avenue, you'll see 100 people, and there'll be a yard, it's like a little yard in front of a business, and there'll be 20 fucking people out in that yard, all high and hunkered over like it's a graveyard.
How long does this last? Like people when they get
Oh,
in
I
that
don't-
state
I
before
don't
they
know.
fall over, or
I
do
don't
they
know.
finally stand up? I bet their back feels good when they get up after sitting like that for hours on end.
Dude, I can't imagine. They're on so many drugs, they don't know they probably don't feel anything. I mean, you can't. They're just, Jesus.
Nate, you knew anything about this?
I think that when I heard about it, they called it like Zombie Road or something like that. And so when he named
This
the
chick's
name,
giving out
but-
free food right now. This lady's Meals on Wheels, but they're giving away. There's people constantly. The people that film too, a lot of times will have brown bags and they'll give them to people if they look hungry or they ask for food.
My name? Nothing. No, I'm saying just go get some eat. Go get something to
Oh
eat.
wow, how much? Just getting free food. Damn.
Get stuff ready.
And they'll go give it away to try to get drugs.
All right. So this is 2 hours
John's like,
long.
all right, fuck this.
No, I'm gonna skip forward. I want to see what it looks like an hour from now.
And this is Kensington Avenue.
Kensington Avenue. Yeah. Oh,
In
you made it
Philadelphia?
tonight.
That guy's still standing there from daylight.
Oh, I'm sure, man. That is the one. That guy that I said was a guy that has the tattoos and the big earring.
It's a guy.
I don't think it's a guy. That is a girl, but could be both.
Yes, that's the same one from earlier.
Yeah, from the van. She's got pizza now.
Yeah.
I don't know where she got pizza at.
You want me to rewind?
Nah. She probably had to blow somebody for it. I don't want to see that. But anyway, for you for the people that are watching us, we're watching a video of just somebody walking up and down Kensington Avenue.
For 2 hours and there's fucked up shit.
Go to a different video. Go to one like during the day that's just not a live feed.
All that trash, dude. Look at that.
There's been somebody on that sidewalk in every bit of the video we watch. When you watch these videos, there's people cleaning up all the time. It's never look at all the trash bags along the side of the road.
All right, so
Yeah, if you just scroll up. Yeah, into those
What
shorts.
the fuck? I don't know if I can get this on the TV
It'll
or not.
play. Those are just shorts. Yeah, right.
Oh,
There you go.
Jesus.
She's just asleep on the sidewalk.
Is this where a podcast has become? You're gonna watch our reactions to the videos, but can't see the video.
When it's like real busy, when they go to these intersections, a lot of time under this underpass, you can't even. It's shoulder to shoulder people on the sidewalks. There's so many people in some of these areas.
Those girls are fucked already.
They all are, dude. The whole. It's no matter where you go, and this is like slow because usually there's hundreds of people on the streets.
And this is Philadelphia.
Philadelphia,
Was
yeah.
that one guy born and raised, and then he went to Bel Air?
Yeah, the Fresh Prince.
Philadelphia IA.
And then he went up on stage and slapped Pookie that one night.
Yeah.
Told him to keep his wife's name out of it. Look at that chick.
Well, like, what are the cops
They're
gonna
not
do?
doing nothing.
You know
What
I
can
mean?
you
What-
do?
that's
They're
what I was gonna
outnumbered
say,
by
what can you
far.
do?
They're overwhelmed. That's the first time I think
Yes.
I've seen cops in a
They're probably
video.
just like, well, we're waiting for one to drop, and then we'll call 911, and then have them rush to the ER. Jesus.
Yeah.
Fucking Christ.
And this isn't bad, guys. I'm still saying this is mild. We haven't seen the crazy amount of the homeless and drug addicts on the street yet. This
think
is
they're
like,
all
That
homeless?
guy
So how
was
are the-
reading his water bottle.
So how are the homeless getting money to buy this? Are they
stealing.
all homeless, or is it just regular people like me, you, out on the streets like,
I'm
hey,
sure there's sex stuff involved. I'm sure
all
there's you
kinds of
name
stuff
it.
involved. Stealing, boosting, they
Panhandling.
shoplift,
Yeah.
panhandling, sex. I mean, whatever. You need me to change the tire out in your car? I need some fentanyl. Look at all these people. I mean, there's just so many of them. And they're just all hanging. Look at this guy. He's just
Jesus.
shaking on that rail. He don't know what he's doing. He's gone. Anyway, all right. Well, we're going to end the podcast because we're going to watch these videos for a little bit. Everybody have a great Sunday. We'll see you next week.
hi, I'm John.
You're a little late.